Hey, man, hello, and welcome to Two Grumpy Vets and a Dude. I'm your host, Brian. I'm here with Rich and the Dude, and we have got an action-packed, fun-filled, completely different show than what we had from last week because we've added a couple of elements. We are live. We are lit. We are going great, strong, and amazing. And, guys, I am here to let you know that there is one amazing fact that I learned today, and that is that Harriet Tubman was alive both around the time that Thomas Jefferson was around and Ronald Reagan, which is an interesting little tidbit when you get around to thinking about it. That'll bend your mind for a little while. So, Rich, how you doing today?
Well, I'm doing pretty good. I'm not sure how that's going to come out, Brian, because I didn't hear anything you said on the starting. Just saying.
Yay! All right. Well, we'll just
Yeah,
have
I
to deal
mean,
with
it all broke up and you just cut right out and
Of
stayed cut
course.
out.
Of course.
So
That's how we're
I don't
always
know
going
if
to
it'll
run.
show up.
So, all right. Well, we'll figure it out. This is
What's
test.
that?
This is a
What was
test
that?
of
I
all
didn't hear what
tests.
you said.
Nothing. I'm just saying it's a test.
He's saying it's a test. He did Rich, he did broadcast. Can you hear me?
I can hear you. We can all hear you. We may just have to go off and just be doing turn our videos off. So,
Okay,
Rich,
I can
you
hear
around?
you and I can hear Rich the whole time.
Right. No, I
But
can hear
guess
Rich too.
Yeah, I'm here. I'm
Okay.
okay. No. I was just
Who's
saying
on
because
first?
you started and I was listening, and then it just cut out, and I was looking over at the meters and I wasn't seeing anything.
Yeah. Well, we'll have to
What's
wait
on
and see.
second?
So, but yeah, we'll just have to see how the bill shows up whenever we get the download. And see if it's
That's fine.
if it's a hot burning dumpster fire, then sweet. If it's not, sweet, and we'll just run
Well,
with them. We know
I was
from
just
now
letting
on.
you know.
Yeah, and from now on, if we are if we're going to go live, we'll have to make sure that that King Rich is planted firmly at his house instead of out and about roaming the countryside. So, what are you doing roaming around on the countryside?
Well, I'm actually on my way to Springdale, Arkansas, and then I'm gonna wind up in Oklahoma for the Stubborn American Rally next week.
And so what's so that the stubborn American, that is Adam Sandoval and his event, right? And am I the one that's
Yeah.
locked up? Okay, Rich is locked up
No,
right
I think
now.
yeah, Rich is locked up. Yeah, this is Adam Sandoval's campground. So yeah, it's pretty good biker rally at his campground.
Okay. Hey, Rich, if you can hear me, go ahead and just kill the video feed, and we'll try that again at a later date when we have a more steady connection. And we lost him.
Oh, we lost Rich?
Yep.
Oh man.
My gosh, Rich is becoming like us now.
No kidding, or at least becoming like me. I'm always Chinese cellular.
Oh hell yeah.
So that's nothing new to me. I'm used to getting dropped like a hot rock or a hot potato, right, or whatever you want to call it these days.
Well, that's our first test. Our first test didn't go too well.
Yeah, we kind of failed it.
Rich completely went. Well, it happens. I just wonder why Rich all of a sudden can't get online at all.
Probably because he has too many windows open. and and his computer just said that just finally said, you know what? I got
Screw
too
it.
much shit on my mind. I'm gonna do a brain dump and say, fuck this shit. I'm out.
Rich is like, I just got kicked out of everything.
You know what?
Okay.
I wonder how many cuss words he has said by now.
Oh, he's right. Yeah, he's probably said a few. So
Oh, I bet you his head is already exploded. And he is so pissed off right now. When he gets back on here, oh man, you're going to hear the difference of his tone, of his voice. He is going to be so freaking ticked off.
yeah, we're gonna have to come up with a jingle that's epic rant, and just let him go.
Yeah, no kidding. Oh, the
He said he
rant.
got kicked off of everything. Apparently he has, because heck, he still ain't on. Let's see.
He might just have to do what I'm on and just go on the phone tonight. As long as he has cellular service. But again, I don't know where he's at. He's in. I know he said it, but I don't remember the
Yeah,
town he's in
I can't
Arkansas.
remember
Oh,
exactly.
yeah, he's just shy of Little Rock. Because I asked him if he went to stay at the Wheeling Park, or the Obie's. What the hell is it? Yeah, it's the Wheeling Park in Little Rock. Great park. I put it on for all the parks that I have gone wheeling with on my Jeep.
Uh-huh.
And I've done probably 10 different parks. The ORV park in Little Rock is number
There's Rich.
2, right below Moab.
Oh, okay. That's cool.
Yeah, their park they got all their trails very well marked. Their map is, I mean, spot on to the trails.
Okay.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, it is really good. And
Awesome. Awesome.
they have some true level 5s and 6s. There was one you couldn't pay me. 2 of them, you could not pay me to take my Jeep on. Ain't no way.
2 degrees past vertical, huh?
Oh yeah, pretty much. Pretty much. There was one of them. You better have a good, at least 25-mile-an-hour head of steam before you hit that hill, or you will not make it.
Oh hell.
Yeah. Yeah, that's one of their number 6s. So I've watched the Jeeps go up it, but I'm not gonna play on it my damn self. No, that's okay.
Not gonna do it. Would be prudent at
Not
this
gonna do
juncture.
it. Yeah. No way. Shit, my last adventure when I broke something, it was $1,200 in parts plus labor because I had to replace the drag link and the tie rod
Oh wow.
on the Jeep because I bent both of them.
Yeah, well, it's usually not a good thing to bend.
And the factory drag link and tie rod, they are not made for wheeling. Now
Right.
day-to-day operations out on the streets and on the highways, not a problem. But
No
they
problem.
are not designed to go wheeling. So when I bent those, yeah, I got I don't remember the brand that I got, but the thickness of the tie rod is probably 4 times the thickness as the original manufacturing parts. So I won't bend my tie rod again. I'll start breaking Heim joints and start breaking stuff, that's bolted to the Jeep and to the front tires. I won't bend that
Oh
rod.
wow.
Yeah.
Not going to bend it at all. Let's
Nope,
see
it will
here.
not bend at all. I don't
All
know.
right,
Can you
so
send it?
Rich, are we back on?
I think so. Am I back on?
Okay, good. I'm hearing you. That's the important part. So
Yeah, I can hear you as well. Can you
Okay.
hear me, Rich?
Okay. Yes, I can hear you, Ron.
Okay.
So
all right.
what I did is so what I did is apparently we're still streaming on Twitch, but I cut out but so we're not live on a Fountain app because apparently my Wi-Fi on my phone can't handle all of that at once.
Yeah, I was gonna say just going ahead and we can just kill the the streaming the video portion because that's going to be a hell of a lot more data than the audio. So, but if you went ahead and killed the butt, we're
Well,
live on Twitch, then we'll just hold that.
well, I mean, I don't know because I mean, I killed Bud a few minutes ago, and sometimes this drops out, but it still shows it streaming on Twitch. I don't know. I mean, yeah, you're right. I am not uh at my regular place.
Yeah.
So how many me and
So
Brian were taking bets on to see how many cuss words you said during your time frame that you were off the net. So how pissed off are you?
No, I'm good. I didn't I just was sitting here just stone
Yeah,
faced like
yeah, my
whatever.
ass.
It's like
Yeah, my ass.
I mean,
You
you
had a
see
few choice words.
you no, seriously, you see, because out no, out here on the road, I expect shitty internet. I
Oh,
expect
okay.
it. And I mean, it's like, I wish I mean, I've stayed in enough motels to where I've gotten shitty internet and I couldn't hardly use it. I mean, at least I have my phone as a backup right now.
right.
So we'll just see what happens there.
All right. So I
But
love these inaugural runs though. They're always the ones that work all the bugs out. We learned a thing or two or five about trying to stream all through cellular networks. So it's no bueno.
Ain't ain't gonna happen. Oh bueno.
So anyhow, so as we were talking about, Rich, you were you're you're on a trip down to Okie Land and
yeah,
gonna go hang out with Adam
yeah. Adam's
Sandoval and
yeah, he has a motorcycle rally and it's open to everybody. I mean, you don't have to have a motorcycle. You can show up in your car or a Jeep or whatever. It don't matter. But it's just called being a stubborn American, basically saying, screw it.
F
We're
you to
gonna
the
do what
system.
we
Yeah.
want. We're gonna have fun. We're gonna party, drink beer, you know.
Yep.
And it's the 20th through the 23rd. And there's events during the day, different events. They got mini bike races, and whoever wins gets to keep the mini bike. They have wet t-shirt contests. They have Jello wrestling, I think.
God, how many
Guys and
gallons of
girls.
Jello would
Okay,
that
they
have
do
to
not
be?
discriminate.
Well,
I'm
last
not
year was
sure. I'm
coleslaw,
not
so
sure.
It's better than coleslaw.
Oh yeah, that's right. Last year was coleslaw. Uh, yeah, I can't remember what Adam said, how many gallons of coleslaw, but there's just events every day. There's food vendors, and then there's a DJ, which last year was Operation Tears of the 22, and this year it's going to be. We were asked to come back and DJ that event this year. So that's why I'm not in southern Mississippi right now.
Right.
He was in central Arkansas.
Unfortunately, I am.
Well,
No, it was no, it was actually a nice ride coming up through. I just cruised, set the cruise and just ride, got 20 miles a gallon on the Jeep and
Nice.
just enjoyed the ride. Didn't get in a hurry for nothing.
Good.
Yeah.
Good.
So yeah, I mean it was actually nice.
Well, you're running what, 33 tires?
Yeah, 33 1250s.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and the only difference from the stock tires to these is my speedometer is off by 5 miles. 5 miles an
Well,
hour.
yeah, it all depends on your speed, though, of how actually off you truly are. At 65 miles an hour, you're going to be, about 5 miles an hour off. I know that is, if I'm at 65 on the road, I'm actually doing 72.
Yeah, well, I'm saying the reason why I'm saying I am 5 miles per hour off, that is verified by Google Maps because I've got the speed.
Ah,
I've got the speed limit up. I've got my cruise set, and I've got my actual speed I'm going. So yes, I'm about 5 miles an hour off.
oh, okay.
So yeah, it is verified.
Well, your speed is up over your speedometer, right?
Yeah, I have to run 75 on the speedometer to run 70.
No, that ain't right.
Yeah. Yep.
All right.
I'm that. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
No,
beyond. It's beyond my pay grade. I don't. No. Man, no clue.
So yeah, no, yeah, to like for me to run 55, I've got to set the cruise at about 60, 61, and I'll be right at 55, 56, somewhere right in there. And then it goes up from there. About 45 is where it starts to switch. I can ride at 45 on the speedometer and be doing 45 miles an hour. But when I go up past that, that's when the shift takes place.
All right. Well, just and it'll go a
What's
lot.
that, dude? I didn't hear
The
that.
the difference will go a lot larger when you start going up on your tire size as well.
Right.
So yeah, because he's running 33s, I'm running 37s. But me personally, I don't ever look at
You got
my miles per gallon. When it gets to a quarter of a tank, I fill it up and drive, and once it gets down to a quarter of a tank, I fill it up again. So did we lose Rich? Is I guess he ain't hearing us again.
No. No. He's still
I
in the
do
room.
because
Oh, okay. Are you hearing us, Rich?
no, I'm here. I'm here. It
Okay.
just
No.
is, dude. You're du- dude, dude.
Yeah.
You are breaking up a lot. That's why I'm not saying much because I'm trying to hear what you're saying and I'm having a hard time. It's not you yourself. It's the signal.
Okay. Go ahead and
Am I
let's go ahead
breaking up?
and
Hey, Brian, am I breaking up at
Hang on.
your end?
at the moment, no, you're not. That's why what I was going to say, Rich, is go ahead and let's go ahead and let's kill the Twitch stream, and we'll just we'll try it again also because I think that's what's eating up your bandwidth so much. Because yeah, Ron's not breaking up that much on my end. I mean, we get a little bit of cellular Chinese here and there,
Okay.
but it's not.
Okay.
That might
that's
also
fine.
help us from keep us from tripping over each other as much too.
Now, let me see. How do I disconnect from Twitch?
Go to the streaming.
You have to make
Uh,
me host again.
Oh shit! My
Yeah, I've dropped out and come back a few times.
yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
Let's make host once more.
Okay, let me see here. Stop live stream.
Yeah.
Okay. I've stopped the live stream.
Okay.
All right.
So
So we are not streaming no more.
nope, we're just gonna do revert to our old way this week and next week too, if possible. May not.
Yeah, it'll be
Just really depend.
yeah, well, see where we're camped at K River. I'm gonna be
There is
right.
no signal.
Yeah,
What?
no
There
signal.
is no signal.
What?
There
can't-
is no signal.
You can't hear me?
I can hear you.
Okay.
He said
No.
at K River, you are going to have no signal.
That is wrong. That is incorrect because they have put Wi-Fi signal throughout the whole campground. And where we're going to be camped at, there is a Wi-Fi antenna right next, on the veterans cabin, and we're going to be right next to the veterans cabin. So I will have signal. No, Adam's put Wi-Fi throughout the whole campground.
Well, that's good.
Okay.
So yeah, things are different. So I
Oh,
mean,
okay.
I'm not saying we can, it'll be any better next week, but
Yeah, I'm gonna say if it depends on what his internet connection is, because if you've got 2,000-3,000 people or however many people show up there and all trying to get on the internet at the same time, that poor little hot access point is going to start smoking. So
last year when we DJ'd, we were on Wi-Fi and everything like that, and we had no problems. And there was only about a couple, 200-300 people there, 400 people last year. It wasn't as big as what I mean, a lot of people told Adam that they were coming, but then again, we all know what happens there. But I mean, we didn't have no problem. I take that back. We did have a couple problems, but I'm not sure exactly what the problems were.
right.
But
I know what my problem was.
What was that?
I have T-Mobile.
Yeah, I mean, I've thought about going to T-Mobile, but every time I do, I just think about the problems the dude has. And he's in Temple, which is right next to a major interstate. So T-Mobile shouldn't be having any problem whatsoever.
Yet here they are. And T-Mobile even took over
Exactly.
Sprint. Sprint was decent for a long while.
Oh,
I mean, granted, the only difference they made was that they went WiMAX instead of 4G. So
yeah, Sprint likes to be different.
Yep.
That's
why they're no longer around.
Well, not
right.
So, all right. So speaking of money and what you got, Ron?
No, you're good. Go ahead.
Okay, I was just going to say, speaking of money and governments and requirements and all that, Did y'all hear about the G7 is actually starting to go into theft?
No.
Is going into what?
Theft. They're stealing.
What do you mean?
Oh,
by that?
theft.
Yeah. Well, okay. You remember back when Putin decided that he was going to invade in Ukraine, and all the liberals went all whacked out on him on the fact, and was like all angry. So they had the I can't remember what the monetary fund network that all the banks use these days. One where if you want to transfer money from Dallas to say Paris, France, there's a system that they use for that. And they have whenever Russia invaded Ukraine, and they cut all that off, they also went ahead and took all of the funds that Russia had sitting in banks outside of Russia. They confiscated it and have been sitting on it. And they've been trying to figure out how they can actually use that money. How can they steal that money so that they can actually give it to the Ukrainians, which are the Ukraine, or Ukraine is nothing more than a big money laundering place anyhow. I mean, that's the reason why Biden was in Ukraine back whenever he was with the oil company.
Yeah, that one company.
And so we know that Ukraine is crooked. We know that there's nothing really good coming out of Ukraine. I mean, the Zelensky is a clown. He's taken probably maybe 25 at the low end. He's bought several multi-million-dollar mansions in other countries. Well, since he's been president of Ukraine. But now what they're wanting to do is he's still on the whole hat in hand trip. So what the G7 has decided to do, since they aren't comfortable actually taking the money that's in the account, the Russian account, or the Russian money that's in foreign accounts, they've decided we can just take the interest, which is several hundred billion. I think it's a couple hundred billion. I can't. There's a B. There's a B in the illion. I don't know how many billions there are, but anyhow, the interest is coming in the billions, and they're now siphoning those interests, the money made from interest off the Russian accounts, and are going to be giving it to the Ukraine. President Zelensky, could think of his damn name again. Why has he got to have such a hard name to say? It needs to be Fred. So, yeah, they're the of course the Europe itself. I mean, Europe is running into apparently a little bit of a big problem right now, just because well, everybody is voting to go to the far right, the extreme right. So so they're the EU is in panic mode at the moment. Paris has just voted for what's her name, Le Pen, and they've been trying to beat her up, call her the extreme right, far right, and using as many buzzwords as they possibly can, and she still ended up getting like 25% of the vote. So they've got all this, and so now I guess they decided in their state of panic, they were like, well, if we're going to give this money to Zelensky, we better be doing it now. And so they've turned around, and the G7 has decided to tap into money that's not theirs, and give it to Zelensky to properly launder, and give back to the military industrial complex. So there's that. So what are y'all thoughts on all that?
How does that affect America?
Good chunk of the money is that we've been given, and we're still going to be giving to Zelensky in that form. I mean, the way that'll help us is that, I mean, the Boeing and whoever creates the M1 Abrams tanks, and all the military industrial complex, the people who make the bombs and the guns and the ammunition for both are, they're going to get richer. But that's about that. I mean, how's it going to affect us? I mean, it's going to keep us in this state of being for a bit longer.
Okay, I mean,
But
but
the theft of it is the way that's going to affect us is you already have Russia, China, India, and I think some of the Middle East coming up with the BRICS system. And the BRICS system is their version of the money transfer system. So pretty soon, well, for Russia, they've already decided, you know what, if you want to buy oil, you have to buy it in Russian rubles. And so you've got that. So but how's it going to hurt us? Well, it causes a distrust in the banking system. Not that the banking system could be trusted much here recently, with the World Monetary Fund pulling its shenanigans with ESG scores and all the wokeisms that are going on thanks to Klaus Schwab. But yeah, it's another coffin in the trust of the American dollar. So it is going to end up weakening the American dollar.
Yeah, that's all we need.
Okay, well,
Oh, yeah.
I mean,
Inflation.
well, okay, you've got that going. That is weakening the American dollar. The other thing that is also could be very close to coming is that Russia and Saudi Arabia is trying to talk with China to trade in Chinese yuan for oil. In other words, Russia and Saudi Arabia is thinking about getting away from the dollar on oil.
Yeah, and that's that BRICS system that I was talking about.
Yeah, well, that's and that would really hurt us. The thing with Ukraine, you see, this is why I'm wondering, because the G7 is taking Russia's money. Unless I misheard you, you said this was Russia's money, and the interest was off Russia's money. So with the G7 stealing it, trying to give it to Ukraine, that's what I'm wondering is how is that affecting America? Because
it's weakening the trust. Yeah, but it's weakening the trust of American banks. So, because if we can do it to Russia, what's going to keep us from doing it to, say, Germany, or maybe Norway? Norway decides, you know what, we're not playing this game anymore. Screw you. Well, all of a sudden we ostracize we lock their banks up, and we start taking their money. Or with Great Britain, they have money in other banks also. So all of a sudden you're going to start losing a lot of investments from outside countries, which have typically invested in us, and we in them. And what's going to keep, say, Germany going, you know what, we really need to have a little bit more money, or maybe Paris, or Hungary, or anybody. I don't know if Hungary is actually a part of the EU, but But anyhow, another European Union country going, you know what? America, we need some of that extra money of yours that we've got in this bank. So we're going to need to go ahead and utilize your interest here, and we're going to go ahead and just start yoinking it. It's going to break down. It's a breakdown of all the of the trust that is needed for the systems to work.
Okay.
So how does it affect America?
Okay.
Is it's taking the trust and flushing it down the toilet.
Okay. And well, like you said, what, last week, I think, or the week before, when you mentioned about the CBDC, the central bank digital currency.
Digital currency, yeah.
Yeah, that is
Part of it.
well, that it's not traded on any exchanges or anything.
Oh no, and it won't be. It'll be
And-
strictly through the central bank, like the World Monetary Fund. They'll have a central world bank.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, honestly, the thing is, though, things have been going like this forever.
No, yeah.
You know, I mean, seriously, for the last 30, 40, 50 years, I mean, things, even President Reagan, President Bush, and on down, Bill Clinton. I mean, it's on both sides of the aisle. If you go back and review certain speeches, they've all talked about a new world government, a one world order, a new currency. You know, Obama talked about it a lot. He was trying to push it hard. And I mean,
Right.
basically what they're doing is doing all this behind the scenes. I mean, we can't really stop it. Yeah, I mean, the only way we
there is a way we could stop it, but at the same time,
How's
that's
that?
going to be something that's, how can we
How's
stop
that?
that?
Yeah.
By actually just taking the World Economic Forum, pulling out of the UN, pulling out of the World Economic Forum, tell them to go, tell all these little groups that we are a part of to go take a flying leap and make it to where we, again, and I hate the fact that we'd end up having to write more laws, but where we aren't a part of that group. It sounds very isolationist, and to a point it is, because there was a reason why we weren't supposed to have a whole bunch of allies in the world. We were supposed to be essentially like Switzerland, where we are very neutral in everything. Because if we develop allies and with France, and all of a sudden France gets into a fight, then we're kind of committed to go fight France's fight. That's a lot of F's. Woo.
We've been doing that since day
I know.
one. I mean, we've
I
been
know,
fighting
and
their battles for
one
years.
of the things that Washington, Jefferson, all our founding fathers was really screaming about. It's like, watch out on how you're doing your alliances. Watch out with who you're claiming to be an ally, because eventually you're going to have to go and back up what you're saying.
Granted, yes, but you see, the thing is, I mean, trying to take away the all these economic funds or whatever. I mean, do you honestly think big business is going to let that happen? Hell no, because they operate in too many countries. They have money in too many countries.
Right. And let them operate in those other countries, and like what they're discovering
they do
now.
Anyway.
Well, yeah, they do anyway, but that's just it.
Whether you let them or not, they do
find that out. Right. But again, let them do that so that they can find out the same thing that they're finding out right now. When you go woke, you go broke. When you start trying to mess around and fart with World Economic Forum, all of a sudden you start losing money. Yeah, it sounds real good. They pat you on the back and say, "Yeah, we're gonna treat you right." But all we need to do is we need to take every cent of your money, and you need to do exactly as we say, and we'll be nice to you. And it's like, no, they're a bunch of morons who are trying to figure out the best way of finagling money out of people's hands for the sense of power. That's why the World Economic Forum has something like ESG scores, so that they can say, you know what, I don't like what you say. You're not going, because you didn't say the right things. You didn't put a series of words in the proper sentence and the proper order. We're going to keep you from being able to pay for your heating bill. I'm sorry, but it's a rule we have to do. We have to make sure everybody pays it. Well, except for
Okay.
the president. President can say what he wants as long as he says, well, we agree to.
Okay. Let me ask you this. Who runs the World Economic Fund?
That would be Klaus Schwab.
Schwab.
Schwab. Klaus. Anyhow.
Okay. Yeah, I know. Listen to the name.
Yeah, I know.
Big business. Big business. Schwab is one of the biggest names in the world, dude.
Yeah, but I don't know if he is related to those Schwabs. Honestly, I don't know.
He is somewhere in the family tree. I mean, come on, dude.
That's a possibility, but at the same time,
look at JP Morgan Chase. Look at JP Morgan. Look at Chase. Look at Paul or the Wahlbergs. Look at the Johnson and Johnson family. These are the big businesses I'm talking about. They're not going to get hurt. They're the ones running everything.
No, they properly have diversified. And I'm not out to say hurt the big businesses. The businesses can operate however they want to operate, as long as it's within the rule of the law. I mean, come on, we back when they did the Sherman Act. I mean, they killed off. Hey, if you get too good of a product, we're going to have to dock you. We're going to have to keep you from doing that really good product, because the Sherman Act is the reason why Microsoft got in trouble. They had too good of a product. Too many people were using it. Too many people were using Internet Explorer because they own the software, the operating system, Windows. And so why is it fair that they put their own browser on there? That shouldn't be right. Bitch, it's my freaking, if I went off and created Windows, if I want to put Internet Explorer on there and lock everybody else out, that's my damn prerogative.
Right.
But no, but again, too many people were using Windows, and folks who were trying to get something going with like Firefox or even Chrome or Opera or any of the other alternative browsers. They were too busy crying, going, "It's not fair. We can't get onto Windows platform." Then make a platform. But that's too much work. We don't want to have to make something better. We would just rather have our shitty service put onto theirs.
Well, this is what Chrome did. Chrome did make their own operating system.
Oh yeah, and it works. It works really freaking well too.
Oh yeah, it does. But you see, Opera and Firefox, I can understand, but you see, that's the thing though. Well, Internet Explorer is now Edge, and it comes on every Windows machine,
and it all sucks
regardless.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, Edge. I'm not a
fan
of Edge.
Internet Explorer. They both sucked, and that's the thing. It didn't come in pre-installed on Windows. Could you get Firefox on Windows back in 2000? Yeah. Or 2000. Yeah, you could.
Yeah, I think so.
Because I did it. You just have to go. You just have to know, and that was the problem. Is back then, it's not very many people. Most people were used to like AOL, which is Internet on Training Wheels.
Right.
And so it was all this very locked in, closed off garden. If you wanted to go and see more of the real internet, you had to go off and minimize Internet or America Online, and then go over to open up Internet Explorer and actually type in www. Where do I go? Oh my, and they had to figure out how to go search around and do it the hard way.
Right. Well, see, that's the thing. When they brought the internet out, they just kind of rushed it because they hyped it up for years, and
Oh,
you
it
know,
was fun. It
everyone
was
was like,
great.
"Oh yeah, the old internet was great." It's just yeah, dial up took forever though,
Well, yeah.
you know. But
And
yeah,
make
you
sure
know,
you
it,
unplugged your speakers and stuff, or so that so if you're trying to go online at night, no one would hear you. So
yo, yeah, yeah, definitely. But no, no, you see though, that's the thing though. It's you know, I don't know. It's been since I've been paying attention, basically when I got in my 20s and mid 20s and stuff. Because when I was a teenager, I gave two shits what went on,
right, right.
you know. But you know, when I got in my 20s and further on, you know, I've just been noticing everybody. I mean, everybody is trying to get away from the dollar, and they're slowly chipping away at it. They just
Well, yeah,
haven't fully made it yet. But
right.
you know,
And
sad to say that,
the
you know,
reason I understand why they would want to try to get away from the dollar. I mean, one, we've kind of been an asshole with the dollar. We got everybody on board to use the dollar as the major currency form under the promise that we
okay.
were never going to leave the gold standard. And then
But
in
but
the
let me
late
ask you this though.
'70s, what we do? We were like, oh hey, yeah, we don't need that gold standard anymore. Anyhow, that's old hat, man. We need to go. Just trust us. We're going to take care of this dollar. And now we've got assholes like Biden who are printing out a trillion dollars every 100 days.
Right. Obama did the same thing.
Actually, he didn't do it quite as bad as what Biden's doing. Biden's taken Obama's game plan and ramped it up to high gear. I mean, Trump didn't help matters either. I mean, when it came to
Well,
that,
no, no, no,
but
no. I'm
just to make sure we got the proper number of people tossed under a bus. But
right,
so,
right. Because
but
oh my God, if we don't, if we don't throw in a couple Republicans, you know, someone will bitch about it, you know,
yeah, yeah.
which I don't care.
That guy reminded me. Have y'all heard about the N-word girl?
Who, what?
The N-word girl.
No.
N-word girl. Okay.
Yeah.
No.
All right. Apparently, a couple days ago, there was a TikTok gal, and the people are just kind of starting to put pieces together to find out what it actually is. But she was doing this. She's done a couple of little, I'm going to call it tirade videos, like TikTok videos, where she was kind of complaining about, this group or this group. And she ended up talking about what was it? I think it was about like how girls keep hooking up with broke ass and but she used the ghetto term with an A instead of with the to it.
Oh, okay.
And
Okay.
and oh my God, you would have thought she had a Klan hat on because half the internet has just gone mental nuclear, lost their freaking minds, and then the other half is kind of going, yeah, it's a word. Y'all don't like it, so don't like people say it, but at the same time, if you don't like to say it, then why do y'all say it? She's brought up this whole argument that's been going around for since the '70s, really.
Yeah. If you don't want to hear it, why do you say it?
Exactly. And I'm too chicken
Yep.
to actually say it. So this gal has more balls than I do. So
Yeah, it's amazing.
but it was and what was funny about it was that she was doing it in a trad wife outfit, which is a traditional wife outfit, which is, you know, has her hair, she has her hair done up, she's in this dress with an apron on, and she's doing this little shtick of being a traditional housewife when she says this. And so yeah, you've got everybody trying to go crazy. Some folks saying she's a far right extremist, and others are saying no, actually I think she's probably a psyop for from the left, trying to make sure that the right looks bad in their eyes. So, and honestly, either way, I don't know which one it is, because I have no idea, because it's just one of those things where it's only been a couple days. So I just found it really interesting that, yeah, I mean, people are still just losing their mind over a word. What does that word mean?
Yeah. It
And
means
they will lose
lazy.
their mind. They will lose their minds until God comes back and fire and brimstone. When it doesn't matter anymore, that's when it's going to be abolished, or
Right.
not going to have any meaning. But until then,
Right.
it is always going to be that one word that, you know, nobody wants to hear, but everybody's certain individuals can say it without a problem. And
Well,
certain
but
individuals can't say it.
right.
And,
And what's
and
interesting though is how many people don't know vocabulary words very well. Because there is a word there is a word called being niggardly. And the only reason I'm saying that is because it doesn't mean anything racially. It means miserly. And people will lose their mind over that word. You shouldn't be saying that. Well, if you're being a miser, you're being that. You know?
yeah,
So it's so interesting that so many people would go and and jump to conclusions, which, I mean, granted, I do too. Hell, it's fun. It's kind of fun from time to time to jump to conclusions, you know. But at the same time, if you're going to jump to conclusions, be okay with the fact that you may realize that you jumped jumped into a boat that's sinking really fast.
yeah.
So, how about you, Rich?
Yeah, that, you know, honestly, people are making too big of a thing of it, because this word that we're talking about
Uh huh.
means lazy. There is no color associated with it. It is blanketed for every human being on this earth. If you're lazy, shiftless, don't want to
Are
do
you sure
anything,
about the not being a color about that? Because,
let me.
well, but at the same time, when you start looking at other languages, um, the color for, or the word for black, has some form of that. Usually, it's more of the Negro, but the Negro, kind of like black is Negro, for in Spanish, and I forget what it is in Italian. I had it just the other day, and I'm just finally getting around to colors. So I'm not 100% on the colors, but there's usually some very variation, especially with the Latin languages, that for the color black to be the to contain neg within it.
Correct. Okay. And yes, in the 1990s was when it 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 went from being a term labeled for a lazy, shiftless person to African Americans in the 1990s. Before then, it was used not just for African Americans. It was used for Irish Americans, Chinese, you know, name a country. I mean, it was more widely used. It was only in the
Yeah,
90s
I've
when,
never heard that.
look it up, because
Yeah.
I've here, because I looked it up, well, a long time ago, but
So yeah,
yeah,
there's a chance then that Google won't even let you find it no more.
oh no, you can. Merriam was, I just did. So hang on. I'm going to get the Merriam-Webster term of it, so it's not the urban slang. One of the first ones, of course, is used as an insulting, contemptuous term for a black person. It says used as an insulting and contemptuous term for a member of any dark-skinned race. Now let's see. A member or of a class or group of people who are systematically subjected to discrimination and unfair treatment. So a member, so I mean, there's three different definitions of
Right.
of this word we're talking about. And but everyone just automatically jumps to African Americans, and it could apply to any race, creed, nationality, or whatever
Right.
you want to use it for. Not saying it's right in any case, because it's not, but that's why it's like, honestly, why are we still talking about this today in 2024?
Yeah.
Why?
Well, that's
Slave
because honestly, because the
slavery
word. Go ahead.
slavery's been over for
200
slavery's been
years,
over for, yeah, a couple hundred
100.
years, you
Yeah.
know.
Oh, yeah. About almost 200.
Yeah, whatever. It's
1860.
close.
Yeah.
It's close. Either way,
150.
okay. Yeah, it's like, can't we grow the fuck up? Honestly, can't we?
Yeah, yeah.
I mean, that's the thing. The only time I look down on someone is when I'm trying to help them up. I don't look down on anybody, you know. If you want to be lazy and shiftless, then fine. Get out of my face. I don't care. You know, I'll
Right.
I'll freaking do the job myself. It doesn't affect me in what I do, because I know what I'm gonna do. Okay. But damn it, Brian, fucking got me wound up again. But and this what just fucking irks me, because all these little pansy ass people that that gene their freaking gene pools are about as deep as a kiddie pool, and they can't think past their the freaking end of their nose, and actually maybe do a little research and learn something. Because, oh my god, you've got the whole internet, but no, everybody thinks TikTok, Facebook, Twitch, Snapchat, or all these others is, oh, that's the real internet.
Right.
That's 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 a freaking where they learn everything. And it's like, nah, motherfuckers, actually do a search. Oh my god, I don't know if they know how to do that. you know it's like, stop being mean, plain and simple. If you don't like someone, tell them I don't like you. If
Be
you like
okay with the
someone, cool.
results.
Exactly.
Right.
But there is no reason why we should still be talking about this word in 2024. None
No, and I agree
whatsoever.
there. That's a word that should have been worked out of the lexicon of American people a long time ago. And the only folks who actually do use it would be the actual racists that still reside everywhere within the world.
Yeah, but see, and you see, that's the thing. I mean, I don't know. People just take things too long, and they sit and harp on their, everything. And then you got people in the background trying to keep shit started. So so they're fighting amongst each other so they can control them easier. People, if you'd fucking listen and look at history, I'm gonna tell you right now, all this bullshit, all this woke bullshit, this liberal bullshit, and all this fighting, this protesting, and all this shit about Palestine, Israel, they're just keeping you fighting against each other just to control you. That's all they're doing. Look it up. Look at history.
So speaking of the woke, I'm going to change topics. I'm going to shift gears on you since you're revved up. Let's see if we can get you down off the red line just a little bit, so we don't blow a gasket somewhere. So the woke,
I came close.
I can't. There's a new Star Wars series that has come out here recently, and it's called The Acolyte. And it's supposed to be taking place about 150, 200 years before the events of episode 1. And this thing is going horrible. This first is done by a chick named Leslie Headland. She was the assistant to Harvey Weinstein. And and I actually, not 100%. Everybody claims that she's actually a lesbian, but at the same time, you look at her straight on and stuff. Her chin, she has got a very. I see dude, not our dude, but a dude, a guy, in the pictures of her, and I mean some of them are. I mean. The one that most people have like to show is the one is just the most god awful freaking outfit you ever see someone wear. She's got her pantsuit on, or at least I think it's a pantsuit. I believe it's a pantsuit, but she's got a mullet, but the side of her head is definitely been shellacked up. So she's got this hair that goes up over on the back, and then it's all just Kentucky waterfall on the back.
Okay.
And like I said, feminism is not for the beautiful women. It's equal opportunity for the ugly chicks. That's all it is.
But,
and this chick is a good prime example of it, because somehow she got around to being able to direct The Acolyte. And she has made statements that this is going to be the queerest Star Wars there is.
Okay.
But
well,
one
then,
of the
okay. Oh, go ahead. And
okay.
finish.
And what?
Go ahead.
But and so the first 2 episodes were kind of. I mean, it's. I stopped at 3 because after the third one, I was just like, okay, this is fucking horse shit, bullshit. They've lost me forever. The only reason I get to actually cancel Disney now is because, one, they still have the classic movies that I actually liked. They have the Black Hole, the original Tron, all these old Disney movies that were just fucking awesome. The Apple Dumpling Gang type of stuff. All right. And not to mention my granddaughter likes Bluey. They have Bluey. So hey, Bluey's good. Bluey's damn good. But anyhow, but the third episode, the first 2 were just kind of mealy mouthed. They were just kind of The third one comes along, and they've decided that the Force is female. So somehow the Force, the energy that courses through all beings in the universe is somehow a gender. Though these are the same people that like to run around saying that there's 10,000 genders. So how they picked female out of that is beyond me. But either way, I'm not the one who wrote the story. But the other thing is, and this is what the point that I'm wanting to try to get to, is that the Jedi were the evil ones, or are the evil ones. They're the ones who are going out stealing these kids from their families because they've got force. They're force sensitive, and they can do. And it's like, yeah, if you had a kid who was had the potential to be a nuclear bomb, wouldn't you want him to know how to use his powers for good, instead of just, I'm going to do whatever I want, all of a sudden cause all sorts of havoc and destruction, and and that got me to thinking. The woke folks, the left, the far left, the batshit crazy folks who are like Leslie Headland, like all the ones that don't know which bathroom they need to be using. It can't decide from one day to the next whether they're a dude or a cat or a dog or an ostrich or an elephant or a rhino. They can't make up their mind. This is the epic battle that Star Wars was telling us about. You have the dark side of the Force, the woke. Come to the dark side. We have cookies. If you want to try to bring a dead loved one back, by George, you could do so. You get angry at somebody, go ahead, get angry. Jump over to the dark side of the Force. Feel all that power goes, all that dark power of the Force going through your vein, all of that type of stuff. You've got them going crazy. The dark side of the Force is hedonism. It is do what you feel like you want to do. No rules to be applied. You be you, boo, and by damn any consequences. While the light side of the Force has the structure. Yeah, there's stuff in there that is a little tough to swallow, but that's life. Sometimes, yeah, if you're doing something if you have an exceptional power, if you have an exceptional ability, you're going to need to have more, you're going to need to study and away from your family to be able to focus that skill, that talent, that ability to the greatest potential that it could be. So yeah, they go through, they sense all around the world, all the different Force sensitive kids, and they bring them together and they teach them how to focus in on the Force, to use the Force, and to be an element of good. Or, in other words, to be a stoic. This is the classic, the light side of the Force, the dark side of the Force is the classic fight that happened back in the Roman times when Stoicism was around. Stoicism and hedonism were just two different types of philosophies that just bashed into each other every single day. Whether you should just go off and get drunk all the time, not work, not do whatever it is you need to do, not worry about any type of responsibility, or should you worry about your responsibilities? And we all know that we need discipline in our lives. If you want to have more in your life, if you want to have more riches, if you want to have more freedom in your life, you actually need discipline. You need the discipline of whatever structure you've been raised with. You need that type of discipline. The moment you're not disciplined, all of a sudden you don't have the ability or the skills to be able to get anything accomplished to what you're wanting to do. So you stay under slavery that whole time. While if you stay disciplined, you're able to, and you schedule your life out. So from the moment you wake up, you set your alarm 6 o'clock in the morning. You get up at 6, and you have your life scheduled from 6 o'clock until you go to bed at 10 o'clock. That whole time, every hour, you've got something happening. Every hour to half hour, you're actually going to get more done, and you're going to have more time to do the fun stuff that you want in your life because you scheduled yourself to the T. While people who are not scheduling their life, they run around going, well, I don't have time to get anything done. I can't. How does anybody get anything done? They want to blame everybody else.
Again,
yes,
that's been going
for
throughout
millennia.
since since the world started, basically.
Yeah.
You know,
Since first time man walked out from the cave, instead of going unga bunga, he goes, "Ooh, that's right. Damn." You know.
right. And well, and see, the thing is with Disney Plus, you know, honestly, and now I get it. Yes, I love the classics myself. You know, uh, I mean, the old Disney classic movies are awesome, and but I will not subscribe to Disney Plus because I will not support their thoughts and everything about all this woke shit, and I don't want to see all of this stuff forced in my face. Like I've always said, I don't care what you do. You do you, boo. I give no damn what you do. Just don't do it in front of me. Just don't
Right.
make me watch.
Right. And that's
When you make me
the problem
watch
that's happening,
is
is that we've had too many people going, "Hey, I can be whatever I want to be. All right, I'm going to be something that is impossible to be. And now you have
well,
to accept me." No, that's the problem. I don't have to accept you. You can accept you if you want. I draw the line on when
right.
you start putting your foot down, going, "You have to respect me for what I am." No, I get to respect. That's my choice. That stop trying to take my
But
right of my own responsibility and my choice away from me. If you want to be if you want to be a you're a typically normally a chick and you want to be a dude horse, okay, fine. But I'm still going to call you a chick. All right. You're still, in my eyes, you're still a chick. I don't have to actually respect your quote unquote pronouns. I can call you what I see you as,
see, the
because
thing
they
is
call me
also
what they see me as.
the best way to stop a lot of this shit
Is to
is
stop giving
called
it attention. Yeah.
exactly. It's called delete.
Yeah.
You know, I get it though, because you can't get to Disney classic movies anywhere else except on Disney,
Right.
you know, which sucks, you know, but
Unless you
you
got
know,
DVDs.
that is true, but who has DVDs nowadays?
I
I
do.
do. Hell
Honestly,
yeah. No, I mean, there for a moment,
I think I've got maybe a total of 10 at my
I've
house
got
up north.
I've
That's
got
it. So
probably about 200 videos.
Man, I was gonna
And
say
dude,
I got 3 totes. I got 3 totes of DVDs.
there you go. And the
dude's
reason
got
why,
3
though,
totes.
yeah, but there for a while, I stopped buying DVDs because when we cut the cord, we were like, "All right, hey, look at this, we've got all these movies," and then we all started to realize, like, "Oh, wait a minute, I wanted to watch, Platoon on Netflix, and it's not on Netflix anymore because they
Right.
rotate movies around."
Mm-hmm.
And that's when I was like, we're going to continue buying, because and they've already shown that they one of the things they do is when, say, all of a sudden, they did it with ET back in, I think it was back in 2020. It might have been a little earlier, but anyhow, when ET, they decided, it was during one of the school shootings. Right after that, they decided, you know what? All the guns that were that were in ET, they digitally removed them, put
Hmm.
walkie talkies in the hands.
See, I don't watch movies that close for shit like that. I just watch a movie just to watch it. And the
Yeah.
thing is, the sad thing is with DVDs, most of your computers and laptops nowadays do not have a CD DVD player, and
Right.
you can still get DVD players, but they're getting harder and harder to find. So,
Right. Well,
uh,
that's one reason why my PlayStation 5, I got one with the disc,
oh yeah, same here. I did too.
so
I
that
did too.
I can watch Blu-ray. I can watch UHD type of films, or I can watch Blu-ray movies or DVDs, or since it
Now,
covers the whole stream.
right now, the thing is though, okay. Speaking of that, I've watched a couple Blu-ray movies through my PS5.
Uh huh.
I really can't tell the difference between I mean, yeah, it's a little better picture, but I
Yeah.
mean, it's nothing that fancy.
Well, no,
I
but
mean,
it's
shoot,
because Blu-ray is just high definition. That is the 1040 by what is it, 1040 by 980 or something, 1040 by 460. Anyhow, 1080.
1080 by
All right.
1920.
Yeah, 1920. Yeah. So it is that. All right. So yeah, when you have a 4K television, you're still going to get just the 1080. But if you go
I
off
know.
and you get a 4K movie and you put it in there and you watch that, then you see a difference. And
If
it's
you
not
have a
granted,
4K
it's not.
TV.
Yeah, if you have a 4K television and it's the right type of 4K and it, and with the right type of DDR, because DDR, you got the Dolby version of or not DDR, HDR. You got the Dolby version of HDR, and then you have HDR10. And which
Yeah.
one does your television support? Most of them are swinging over to HDR10 nowadays, but it's still at the same time you can still come across shows that are televisions that don't support HDR10. They support the Dolby version of HDR.
Well, the
So
thing is, most people wouldn't notice the difference anyway. Like,
no.
like this laptop I have here has an OLED display and it has Dolby Atmos. And
Mhm.
yeah, oh my God. I've
It's a pretty
never
screen.
I've never seen a screen on a laptop this beautiful. So
Except
I
for the
mean,
satellite, the satellite laptop from Toshiba. I remember seeing those back in the early 2000s, going, "Oh my God, that was so amazing!" Now you don't see them around anymore because I don't think Toshiba actually makes satellites, make laptops anymore. I don't even think is Toshiba even
yeah,
still
they do, I
around?
think. Yeah. Oh yeah, they're big. They
They ain't near as
make
big as they were in the early 2000s because you don't see them hardly anymore.
right. They make air conditioners, AC units, rice cookers, TVs. Uh, hang on, let me do if I can spell right. And I think they still make laptops. I don't know. Yeah, as of April 11th. Oh no, April 16th, 2023. They cut out making laptops.
I know I didn't see them in Walmart anymore. So
Yeah, no, they stopped making them. They stopped making them because now they still use their technology in other laptops and stuff, but
right.
but there is no laptops made under the Toshiba name anymore. So no, but yeah, and Apple has a Retina display, which is beautiful as well.
Yeah, that's a great display to use also. And they finally have gotten around to starting to put them into their monitors for their desktops. So
Well, shit, it's about time. But yeah, I know dudes dudes down there just going meow. He's like,
What?
I don't know
What'd you?
what the fuck.
What'd you say? Meow.
what?
Yeah, I know.
Exactly. Meow.
Yeah, we geeked
I'm
out
glad I,
there on that.
I'm glad I shaved my head tonight. At least that meow bounces off my head.
Well, yeah, but that's just it. It should be going yeah, as it slides across your head.
Yeah.
Should have a little squeaky.
At least there's
Pop, pop.
not much. Hey, wax your head so there's
No, just a thud.
not so much friction.
Wax on, wax off, wax on, wax off.
That's right.
Yeah, no, I mean, I don't know. I mean, this is all. I swear, it's just it makes me mad, and then at the same time, it just like, you know what, I'm out. You know,
No, and
that's
I
just,
understand that completely.
you know.
And
Oh,
most of this
I
stuff
do.
I bring up just because I that's kind of the gauge that I measure all these stories by is like, so I think Rich will get wound up on this one. Oh yeah, he's gonna get wrapped around the axle on this one. I'm sure as hell gonna put it in here. So
Thank, thanks, dude.
Yeah,
I've
Appreciate
got to
you.
get
yeah,
some
we're
drama
gonna.
going on here. So
Yeah, what are you trying to? What are you trying to do? See how tight you can turn that fork before the banjo string freaking breaks?
snaps.
Swang.
Gotta test the O rings on old Rich here. Make sure
Well,
he's up to date.
well, it's been quite a while since I've been really wound up. So, I mean, what, last couple of weeks I've gotten wound up a little bit.
Yeah, yeah.
This week so far I've been wound up. Yeah, you freaking wound me up tonight a little bit already.
Yay! Ding, ding, ding. So
Oh yeah. No. Oh, I've got a new continuing saga.
okay, what's continuing saga about?
Uh, I'm back under contract.
Are you?
Oh,
Yes.
housewise. We got house information.
Yeah. Sign the papers to officially submit an offer on that house that I told you all about last night
Right. Okay,
when
cool.
we was
Right.
talking. So yeah, so I mean, we'll see it. I mean, honestly, I think this one will probably go through. So
Good chance.
yeah, this one has, I think, it again, it depends on the appraisal because the comps that my realtor did uh was only showing it at about 125,000.
And they're jacking the
So
prices up high again. So
and well, as y'all saw on the listing, it was listed at 142, and
Right.
I'm going under contract for 138. So I mean, we'll see what happens, and again, it's
yeah, it'll
based
all
on,
depend on what the bank wants to do.
it
The
depends on
bank
the
man
VA.
set.
No,
Yeah,
no,
well, the bank.
the
Yeah,
the VA appraiser.
right.
If he says 138 or higher, then it'll go. If
Yeah,
it's
it'll
less,
go.
yeah. If it's less, then we'll renegotiate.
Right.
So, but this time, the difference between this time versus the first house is when I spend this $600 for the appraisal, and I'm telling y'all this, so if y'all go buy a house nowadays, this is the price I have to pay. Not saying it'll be the price you have to pay, but expect it. Uh, but this time when I pay that 600 for the appraisal, then I won't get that back because the seller's not offering to pay it back. Mm-hmm. So, yeah, it'll be a $600 appraisal on me, and even if the sale doesn't go through, the seller's not offering to. I could probably ask for it back, but I don't know if they would do it. So
Well, let's not put the cart before the horse. Let's go ahead and say it's gonna the appraisal is gonna come out to your favor.
right. No, I agree, dude. Because honestly, I was sitting here thinking, because when I was talking with my realtor yesterday, uh, and she told me what the 138, which is what they came back with, because I first verbally offered 135, and then they had come back with 138, and I'm like, well, let me know on it for a day or two. And she was like, what? This this house is gonna go. I said, yeah, it might. I said, just hang on. And yeah, I've been thinking about it, and thought about it last night, and then on the drive up, you know, sitting there thinking about it, and it's like I could see myself growing old in that house. Because it just, the pictures, it's classic. I don't know. It's just hardwood floors, man. I don't know. It just, that yard though. I love that yard.
Yeah, you're gonna have 37 different antennas up.
I might, believe me. Let's put it this way: the sale of this house goes through, the day after closing, I will have at least two antennas up. At least two, if not a third. So,
And then Rich will go
I
off
mean,
and he's going to get a permit to put up a 200, 300-foot tower. So he
yeah,
can
yeah. Oh yeah, I would need
lights and everything.
for a 200 foot, I need FCC approval, and of course
Right.
city and county, and because there's freaking multiple airports all around there. So yeah, that'd be a whole lot of red tape. Whole lot of red tape.
You're ready for that type of headache.
No,
Oh yeah, you
no,
are. Oh yes,
no,
yeah.
not yet.
You're up for that. You're gonna fight the law, and the law's gonna wonder what in the hell happened.
I've been doing that my
Just go
whole life.
Yeah, well, just go 1 foot below the what's the maximum you can have without anybody's approval.
I can go 199 and be okay.
Oh, okay. So
With
yeah, go
nobody's
100,
approval.
199.99 feet and 11 inches.
I would actually have to check with the county and the city and the state to see if they have any restrictions. But as far as the FCC, I can't go over 200 feet. And if I want to go over 200 feet, then I mean, I still have other regulations anyway, because yeah, it has to be guide like 6 or 8 or 10 times, a light on, at least one light on the very top, 1 or 2 lights in the middle, and it has to be listed with the FCC. I mean, there is a lot of paperwork to go along with it. So, and
Okay,
think about
so
it.
your antenna
ahead.
right now that you currently use, that you put on the back of
Mhm.
your Jeep, goes how high?
Actually,
3 feet.
no, it goes. I've got a mast that goes 33 feet.
33 feet. And
Yeah,
who can you talk to?
all over
Everyone
the
known to
world.
man.
Pretty much
Yep.
the whole world, right?
Yep.
So even if you bring a tower 100 feet and doesn't
Mhm.
require approval from any entity whatsoever,
Mhm.
what's the difference between 33 feet and 100 feet?
You'd be able to talk to yourself.
You can
I
do that with what I have actually.
Hey,
Hey,
Brian, we're going into a whole nother subject there. I got
No, no.
I got so many people fighting in my mind. It's like the freaking WWE SmackDown. So talking to myself, yeah, okay. You know what's really bad? And I'm just throwing this out there. When you're having a rough day, when you homeschool your kids and the parent teacher conference goes to a fist fight.
Right.
You're
Most
having a
definitely.
you're having a bad day. So the 100-foot tower, say 100-foot tower, you don't need to have anybody's permission. You'll be able to talk to everybody around the world.
Well,
Yeah,
he would,
no.
he typically would, but I mean, again, that might be that the county requires some type of paperwork and registration.
Well, with the 100-foot tower, I would have to contact the airports. I would still have to, uh, because I am 100 foot. It would be courteous of me to talk with the local authorities and local entities, like city, state, or city, county governments, and the airports and stuff like that to make sure it's okay. Now I could put up a 40-foot tower or a 50-foot or a 60-foot tower and
Let's just go. Let's just for the
no
sake
one
of
will say a word.
argument, just put up a 62-foot tower and be done with it.
Okay. I could do that.
62 feet. There you go. 62.
Yeah.
There you go.
And yeah, I could. You see, that's the thing. You see, okay, when Brian said I could talk to myself, and yeah, I was talking about that. Actually, that is by long path. It is possible. It can. I've never done it yet, but I've talked to hams who have talked to. It's funny because it's weird how they explain it when you're talking with someone by going. Most communications go short path, straight line distance. Okay.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Okay, that's what I
From
figured, Brandon.
from a point A to point B. Long path, it goes out of back, out back the backside and around the earth. Okay. And it still makes the contact to whoever you're talking to. Let's say I'm aiming towards England. Okay. And let's say I go long path. The conditions are right to go long path. My signal will go around the earth, talk to the dude in England, but on the back side of that signal, I'll be able to hear what I just said to him. And
okay.
that means that so yeah, in a sense, I will be talking to myself and him at the same time. You hear a slight like echo is
Right. Light pause.
as
Right.
as the way it's been explained, and that's long path communications. Most of the communications I do are just short path, which I mean that's fine too. I mean, think about it: 100-watt signal going out, 5 to 9,000 miles. That's a feat for 100 watts.
Yeah. Then
So
it's not straight line. You're still bouncing the atmosphere.
oh yeah, well, every signal bounces through the atmosphere
Yeah.
at a some time. You've got some signals that go in the atmosphere, travel across the atmosphere like this, and then come down. And that's called tropoducting, I think. Ducting. I might have that term wrong. It's been a while since I've thought of that term, so
Popo
but I'm close.
And just send the signal map
But
of
yeah,
the earth.
no. What's that?
When you fly nap of the earth, have you ever heard that term? Flying nap of the
No.
earth.
Nope,
Doesn't
I never
matter
heard.
where. Doesn't matter what the altitude is of. Say you're coming into a mountain range. You're
Mhm.
traveling that mountain range at say 200 feet. So
Mhm.
as soon as you clear the top of the mountain range, you're going to go and dive down and continue to stay 200 feet off of the earth. That's called nap of the
Oh,
earth.
okay. I learned something. By God, thank you, dude. I learned something new. I did not
Yeah.
know. Honestly, I did not know that. I mean, in when I'm playing Breakout or Breakpoint on the PS5 and I'm flying a helicopter, I mean, that's the way I fly. I fly up over the mountain. As soon as I get over the mountain, I dive because
Yep.
the SAM sites will sneak up on me and shoot a missile at my helicopter.
Have you ever been able to fly Napa the Earth in a
Nope.
real within a real aircraft?
No, no,
Oh, it is a fucking ball.
really.
It is a unique experience.
What type of aircraft did you partake of that experience in?
C-130.
Oh, that would be freaking wild. That
C-130
fucking
and
monster of a plane.
and a Black Hawk.
Damn.
Those,
Either one would be awesome.
oh yeah. So we have Jake Tapper and Dana Bush are the two people doing the debate. They're the ones freaking yeah, what are you hosting it or whatever that word is.
Moderating it.
Yeah, moderating it. Yeah.
Okay. Jake Tapper and okay.
That's what the commercial says
No, that's cool. That's cool. I believe you,
from
dude.
CNN. So yeah,
I believe
it'll
you.
be interesting. So
Yes,
now
it
that we're
will.
on to so our you want to change subjects and go to the upcoming presidential debate?
It's up to
Sure.
you.
Or did I
Floor is yours,
step
dude.
out of turn? Or did I
No,
step out of turn?
No,
really,
no, no. You,
dude,
I,
really. I mean, how often do we take turns? We just throw shit out there. You know us.
Oh, okay. Okay. I think that it is going to be interesting to watch. And I already know who I'm voting for. Um because I've voted this direction my whole life because of who supports the military, Republicans or the Democrats? Who supports the military and law enforcement? Well, Republicans do. So
Right.
that has always been my direction because of who they support. But it, um, this debate is going to be, it's an old guy versus a individual on a toadstool. It's just going to be it's going to be interesting to watch. And I've never watched any debate. Why? Because I don't need to watch the debates. I don't care what they're debating on because they can say all the stuff that they're going to do when they get into office and how much of it actually comes to fruition with all the red tape because they have to go through Congress, they have to go through the House, they have to go through everybody else to actually get something done. Presidential promises are just words spoken out in the air, kind of like a fart in the wind. It's just out there, and it doesn't. It's just a bunch of words because most of it is never going to come to fruition.
well,
So
except that Trump did in his first term, he got a lot of stuff taken care of.
that
He
that is
made
very true. That
he
is
made a
very
lot of
true.
promises, and he started checking those damn things off his list like almost day one.
Yep. And why was that he did that?
Because
Because
he's a
Trump,
businessman.
exactly. He is a businessman. He is not a politician. That is
Right.
not his profession. But
Exactly. And that's
somebody that
that's
has
exactly what we need is to run America like a business because America is a business.
yeah, we need somebody in freaking bib overalls and old um, combat boots running America. And all these special interests. It's like, no, sorry. Is it is it in the best interest of the American citizens? Yes or no? If it's not, then sorry, I ain't gonna support it. But
Or like,
no politicians out there are like that, because that is not how politics operates.
well, no,
So
it's not. And people want their hand held and told that everything will be okay. We'll fix it. We'll fix it. And
yeah,
that's
they
what
ain't gonna
people
fix
want.
it. Yeah, they're gonna say that, but nobody really ever fixes anything whatsoever,
Mm-mm.
because there's too many things that are going to be too many road bumps.
Well,
Now,
and plus
yeah,
we have to worry about offending this person or that person or this race or this creed, this color or religion or whatever.
yeah, but to be oil independent, the or the XL pipeline, to be oil independent, that got shut down as soon as Biden came into office.
Oh, I know, but hold on
You
here.
know, where we could be
Believe it or
oil
not,
sufficient.
right? But Ron, check this out. We have enough oil in Wyoming and Utah right now that could serve us for the next 100 years. Just sitting in
Got
the
enough.
ground.
We got enough oil in the West Texas Permian Basin area to keep us well lubed for several hundred years. Also,
Right.
I mean, we're an oil rich nation, but the problem is though that right now we're not even using our own oil.
Mm-mm.
And we weren't
No.
actually until just here within the last 9 to 6 months ago when Biden kind of secretly went, well, we've got to get the gas prices down because people are starting to really bitch about them gas prices. And so he's very secretly been turning the oil spigot back on, trying to make sure no one notices. And I know he's going to go off and say, and I've lowered the oil prices. Gas prices are lower than they've been in years. Well, yeah.
Yeah.
Because you
Okay.
had them
Okay.
so fucking high.
At the end of Trump's presidency, I guarantee you $1.86 a gallon. He ain't going to get him down that low. And
Oh no, he
they
won't be able to get that low. He doesn't want it down
no,
that
no,
low
he
either.
could. He could. No, no, no. I know he don't, but he could get him down that low. Let us drill in Texas and Wyoming and Utah. Oh my God. We would have a surplus of oil.
Yeah.
But and I will say Arkansas has a lot higher gas prices than Southern Mississippi.
Oh yeah.
Because
Well, that's because they blocked off all their damn drilling that they were doing. Hell, they've gone through and done everything they can to make sure that they can't drill because all of a sudden they were scared to death. Oh, wait a minute, we got earthquakes. You've had earthquakes. Y'all are just blaming the wrong damn thing.
Let's just put it this way. Yesterday I paid $2.59 a gallon on the Mississippi Gulf Coast and filled my Jeep up. I stopped today and filled my Jeep up, paid $2.99, $3. And up here it's like $3.09, $3.15.
Yeah. And
Western
Oklahoma, it's like 309.
See, that's stupid. That is totally, especially out there in Oklahoma. Y'all should be having, $1.50 gas.
Well, you would think that, but yeah, we don't.
And
Yeah,
Texas, of course, should have $1.50 gas.
And here's a question for the ages. If the oil price is the same when we buy crude oil, why isn't the prices the same from Maine to California?
Several different.
I know.
There's several different factors in for that. One is the amount of taxes that each state charges for highway taxes. So they've got that's one of the big changes, but also the number of refineries that are in the area. If you're closer to a refinery, you're going to have cheaper gas. If you're farther from the refinery, then you're going to have more expensive fuel. So there's those types of factors that are involved. If you're near a refinery, you're also near to where they're drilling, so that the amount of traffic. Because if you go over to over to Odessa, the Permian Basin area, you're going to have cheaper fuel. But well, again, it's no, not really cheaper, because they've got so many damn people there that the demand keeps the prices actually elevated a bit there too. So, because then you have demand. Is it summer fuel versus winter fuel? Because summer fuel is a different formula. That and so that it burns quote unquote cleaner and don't have as many pollutants that come out during the summer. While in wintertime, you need to have those extra additives in there to keep the fuel flowing like it needs to. So, and the reason why it's not the same across the board is because the government has to stick their goddamn fingers into every goddamn thing. And so they got to make sure that it's all, as screwed up as possible.
No, Brian's right. I'm not arguing with Brian, but let me ask you this. Do y'all know what the federal excise tax on gasoline and diesel is right now?
Nope.
No, because
on every gallon of gas for a four-wheeler, it is 18.4 cents per gallon. So you can look at the pump. If it says 3099, 18.4 cents of that is a federal gas tax. Diesel is 24.4 cents.
yeah,
So
new diesel was more.
Yeah, but that's just a federal tax, and then there's state tax on top of that, and it's different for every state. Every state has their own fuel tax rate, but those taxes right there, you would cut out probably close to 50 cents a gallon off of gas or diesel. 50 to 60 cents depending on whatever it is.
Yeah. Then you got
So,
then you got your Ruby Red diesel, and that tells you exactly how much the taxes actually are when you take off the highway taxes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, that's the federal gas tax is the highway tax. That's for but yeah, that's the red diesel is number one. And honestly, I wish we still ran that. I love the smell of that. I really do. Oh, I'm telling you, man, when we ran number one when number one and number two diesel, there wasn't much difference in them back in the day. Oh my God. Diesel fumes. I love the smell of them. And I love the smell of gasoline back when it was leaded. Oh,
yeah. Yeah. And it's another good smell? Nitromethane. Nitromethane.
Nitromethane. I'm not sure about that, dude.
Whatever they run in the sprint cars on the dirt track circuit, man, love that smell.
Yeah, that's but yeah, that stuff will burn your eyes after a while. I think that's just me though. But
well, that's not something you're going to be all around
all the time.
every day, all the time. But
right,
when they're racing those sprint cars, oh yeah, love that smell.
But yeah, back in the day, I loved the smell. I mean, now I was not a sniffer of gas. I didn't get high from it, but when I was when we were allowed to pump gas as kids, because nowadays oh my God, that's like the end of the world if you let a kid pump gas. But
Oh my God.
oh yeah, no,
I know.
I would sniff the gas tank, man. I loved it. I would. I would sniff the gas tank, you know. And then diesel, when I drove trucks, oh my God, that just you know, seeing that black smoke roll out them pipes and smelling that diesel. Yeah, I freaking still get excited over it. Hey, I the good old days, I guess.
The good, the
Yeah.
good old days. Hose water and riding in the back of a pickup truck.
Fuck yeah. Game on, dude. Game
Hell
on.
yeah. No helmets when you're riding your bicycle on
Nope.
those homemade 2x4 cheap as shit ramps that 12th person that rolled over that ramp, the ramp collapsed.
Right.
Type
And
of
you wrecked
days.
your and you wrecked yourself on that bar, that straight bar on a
Yeah,
bike. Mm,
yeah,
Rattle bar.
yeah. God,
yeah.
God, I can
And then
still feel that.
you get up, go fix your ramp, and do it all over again.
Oh, hell yeah, dude. It's like you had to, man. You had to
What
save
happened to
face.
those days? Yeah, yeah. What happened to those days? I tell you what, when you got home from school, you did your homework and then got kicked the fuck out of the house.
Yep. That's exactly right.
You better be close enough to hear the whistle for dinner because your ass is gonna be home for dinner, and then you're gonna get kicked out of the house again. And then when the street lights came on, that was your cue to time to go to the house.
Yep. Oh yeah, that was life, man. That was life.
And
But
hell yeah, that was fucking best life.
yeah, I won't lie. I used to sniff gas tanks, gas and diesel, both. And still would if it smelled good, but it don't smell good no more.
Well, that's just like they used to be able to smith the puff on the nitrous oxide for the NOS for the cars,
Yeah. Yeah.
and
Yeah.
you can't do that anymore because they added the sulfur hexafluoride component into that. And yeah,
Dude,
you go ahead and huff on some nitrous oxide now. Yeah, you're gonna be sick as a freaking dog.
Yeah, but
dude.
if you do just the sulfur hexafluoride,
Or not, it's not
that's
so. Yeah, yeah, sulfur hexafluoride is it's a point. The mixture is 0.06%.
yeah, but it's a uh, the cool thing about sulfur hexafluoride is it's the exact opposite of helium. In that, if you take a big old lung full of sulfur hexafluoride, instead of having a high voice like helium does, you get this low voice, and it does the exact opposite.
Well, seeing how I'm allergic to sulfur, it's just gonna fuck me up.
Oh, God, hold on. What y'all do? What y'all doing using this big ass word at 9:30 at night? My brain can't even wrap my head around that yet. So for what?
Hexafluoride.
Sulfur
That's what it
hexafluoride.
is.
Yeah, sulfur
sulfur
hexafluoride.
and
Anyway,
listen to dude here just freaking rattle it off. That's awesome.
well,
I
that's
heard that.
because
I was stunned, man. I was stunned.
that's the industry that I'm in.
Oh, okay. So, okay. So do you haul any of that stuff?
Oh yeah.
Oh, okay. Is it flammable or does it go boom?
Oh, it can. Yeah.
Now,
Okay.
see here.
Nitrous oxide.
Can it?
Oh yeah,
Oh,
nitrous
nitrous
oxide.
oxide. Well, yeah, nitrous oxide. Yeah, you got. Yeah, yeah. That's. I thought
No,
you were
no,
talking about the
not
sulfur hexafluoride.
Oh
yeah.
no, no. We don't
That's
run. We don't. No,
That's
we don't run the pure stuff. No.
no, that's what I was asking. Does the sulfur hexafluoride? Yeah, I think I got that right.
Yeah.
Yep.
Does it go boom or does it, you know?
No.
No. Okay.
No. No.
Okay.
Sulfur hexafluoride is a non-flammable gas.
Okay.
Now, hydrogen on the other end of the spectrum. Well, you saw the picture that I sent to you of that was 100 that all those packs that I ran up to Grand Prairie. That was
Mhm.
108. That was 188 cylinders of hydrogen, pure hydrogen.
Yeah.
Yeah, that would
Oh,
yeah, that would go that would make a big hole in the freaking ground.
that would leave a mark.
Oh yeah.
you would definitely have some humidity in the air after that too.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
And about a 4 to 8 foot hole in the fucking highway.
Now,
The
n-
width of the highway.
now you saying that's width 4 to 8 foot? How deep?
That's the depth. 4 to 8
Oh,
feet.
that's
The depth,
okay.
the width is a 4 or 5 lane highway.
Oh, damn.
That's
That would, yeah.
a big hole. That's a big hole.
That would stop. That would stop traffic for a minute.
That would stop traffic for a minute.
You could definitely regulate rush hour with a hole of that size. Just saying.
Yes, you could. And I haul it every week.
You're a better man than me, dude. I have props for you. Because that, yeah, I would, yeah. Mm. I mean, I did haul some hazmat when I was, driving truck. I hauled paint, I hauled corrosive, I hauled flammable, but yeah, yeah, explosive like that, never. I think I did run explosive placards once, but it wasn't 1.4. It was something else. It wasn't
5.1.
as what's that?
The 5.1.
I think
You're
so.
talking you're talking about true explosives like dynamite,
Yeah, no,
thermite,
never
that
hold
kind of.
that stuff. Yeah,
Oh,
yeah,
okay.
never,
Oh,
never
okay.
hold that stuff.
Oh,
So
okay.
I did haul a little bit dangerous when wet. Uh, and
Okay.
I don't think I ever hauled anything that would mess with marine life. I'm almost sure I didn't. But yeah, mainly it was just paint, stuff like that, or soda separated because it's flammable and corrosive. So,
Right.
uh, yeah, it was just the light stuff I hold because if it was major stuff, I'm like, y'all don't pay me enough because they was only giving me an extra nickel per mile to haul it.
Wow.
Yeah, wow. Trust me, I'm sorry, a nickel per mile on a 1,500-mile trip does not pay the bills if I get hurt.
Yep. I think the difference now between having a non-hazmat and a hazmat endorsement is like 18 cents a mile difference.
Well, that's better, but still, in my book, that's not enough.
Well, and in mine, it doesn't matter. If I don't have the endorsement, I don't have a job.
Right, right.
You know, I have to have a tanker endorsement as well.
I
You
didn't
don't
know
have a-
that.
You don't.
You have to have a tanker endorsement to haul a tube trailer.
Oh, two trailer. Okay, yeah, that
Mm,
makes sense
okay.
because it's
Yeah.
a tanker.
Well, no, they're tubes. It's compressed gas in tubes, but you have to have a tanker endorsement to haul it, to
Okay.
move it.
Oh, yeah. How many tubes
Thank goodness I had.
make up the trailer?
Depends. They have anywhere from 5 tubes to 9 tubes.
Okay. Yeah.
I've hauled 5, 7, 9, 12 tubes
Yeah, I've never
thus
pulled a
far.
tanker. Never tried that either.
Yeah, well,
Even though I did have the endorsement, I never tried it. That's like doubles and triples. Never tried it. I had the endorsement, but never tried it.
yeah, and I have that endorsement for doubles and triples, but I've never hauled it. And why do I have the endorsement? Because the endorsement costs $10 and to take the test. Why not?
Right.
Why not endorsement? Same way with the tanker. It was a test and $10.
Yeah. I mean, that's why I had. Well, when I got my CDL in the 90s, I just took everything just because I didn't know what I was going to do.
Trying to come across. Yeah.
Yeah, I jumped in hauling meat for the first 10 years. And then and then I went to driving, which, oh God, that was a switch because I didn't have that freaking motor on the front of my trailer. Made me mad for a while. And then I found flatbedding. And that's what I loved. I fell in love with that.
Hmm. Well,
Yeah,
I run a
I love
flatbed with
flatbedding.
tombstones.
Huh?
Well, I'm flatbed with tombstones
Right.
because the tombstones hold the pallets on the truck.
Right.
Yeah, that's the security aspect.
Okay. Yeah, no, I love flatbedding because, well, I loved hauling steel. I hated hauling wood or pipe or plastic pipe. I hated that. But steel, oh man, I'd haul steel all over this country.
What you talk about, like I-beam type steel?
Yeah, I beams, rebar, flat steel,
Okay.
the rolled steel. And the thing is, a lot of people, a lot of companies nowadays don't let drive because there's like there's th- three different ways to haul a coil. You can haul it suicide, shotgun, or uh, eye to the sky. And a lot of companies will not let drivers haul it suicide style anymore because that is honestly the most dangerous way to do it because you've got it blocked and you've got it chained with like 4 or 5 chains. Okay. But if those chains cut loose, they'll roll and they'll roll right over your cab. I mean,
Yep.
they'll just
Well,
crush you. That's
yeah, and
suicide.
every roll that I see going down the road is
Hmm.
still suicide.
Yeah. Well, yeah, a lot of people still call them suicide, but a lot of your bigger companies and some of your small companies, because I drove for one flatbed company and I would always pick up 2 to 4 coils going to Florida, right? And
Okay.
I wanted to haul them suicide. Nope, can't do it because uh, the place where I loaded at would have loaded them that way, but my company and the receiver stated that they had to be eye to the sky, and so they were laid on a pallet, and then the pallet was set on my truck, and I had to cross pattern the top of the coil.
Right. Yeah.
And so yeah, I hauled them like that. But yeah, I loved hauling Suicide. Shotgun is a pain in the ass, if you ask me.
Yeah.
I don't like, because the coils are turned sideways.
Right.
But you know, and I freaking hated Shotgun. Suicide was my preferred way.
Yeah. Well, that's the way they run them with the 50,000-pound coils.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Yeah, my truck, when I ran flatbed, I could safely load like 52,000 and still be under 80,000. I was that light. But but the most I ever was able to get on uh was, I think, 49 and some change on the trailer. And I
Yeah.
was still under 80. So it was cool. I didn't mind it.
Yeah. My first job out of the military was in a steel tube manufacturing plant, and all the steel that came into that facility were 48 to 54,000-pound coils.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Yep. And we used to get a lot of them through railway. And yeah, operating that crane and moving those coils around, that was fun.
Oh, I bet it was. It's
Yeah,
cool
but
though.
don't let that thing start rolling on you, because somebody gonna get squashed.
Yeah, that's for damn sure. Well, that's like when I hauled out of that this was out of Virginia. There's a steel mill that I went to all the time. Uh from there I pulled mostly rebar out. Sometimes I'd pull out I beams, but I hauled a lot of rebar out. And oh yeah, they had them overhead cranes. Oh my god. They were anal about the path that those cranes ran. They wouldn't let anybody near or around them.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, I would haul rebar out, and then like I would go to Timken in Ohio and pick up solid steel freaking rods, like inch and a half thick, and
Yeah.
take them to and I'm talking, 20-foot rods.
Yeah.
And I forget how many I would have on my trailer, but I would take them to Timken Bearing back in Virginia, and they would make uh bearings out of them in bearing races. They would make Timken bearings. It was actually
Yeah.
pretty cool.
Yeah.
That was actually kind of fun. I know some people might be like, good God, that's boring as shit. No, it's actually cool. Think about it. Like a Brian, you go to, like uh sawmills and drywall places and stuff like that. Do you ever go look at how the stuff's made, or are you
Um,
able to?
I can look at some of the places, like there's one of the barns where they do the drying at.
Mm-hmm.
You can sit there and watch the sheets they come in, and they've actually got a roller system that rolls everything sideways, but it'll go through a heat through an oven on one direction, and then it actually gets folded up, or the
Mm-hmm.
track itself folds up and comes back down, and so that it flips the sheetrock over, and then it runs it back through uh the other
Okay.
oven. And so I get to watch that from time to time. So yeah, but the full set of steps. No, I haven't been able to talk anybody into giving me the grand tour. I'll probably do that like
Right.
on the last day of that I'm there. I'll probably walk in and go, hey, how about a
Right.
tour of this place? I've been pulling y'all's product out for the past 3 years. So why don't you hook me up there, there, old buddy boy? So
Yeah, and that's like the steel mill that I ran out of. Now I didn't get to see it from the start to the end, but uh I had seen them pull a freaking bundle of 3/8 rebar. It was still hot. I mean, it was just fresh out of being made.
The press, yeah.
And the rods were still had a red tint to them. They weren't fully cooled,
Right.
you know. So I mean, that was actually pretty cool. You know, so it just I don't know. Small things excite me.
Oh no, I've always loved watching the manufacturing. I mean, how's this made is probably one of my more favorite shows that I like to watch. I mean, hell, even now, I think it's Business Insider does these little why is it so expensive types of videos,
Okay.
and they go through the process and explain what it is that they do, and all, and why their stuff is a lot more expensive than others. So like there's some one of the ones that really sticks in my head, there's one about that there's a type of down that they use that comes from a wild bird in Greenland, and they're only allowed to pick so much of the down from the nests of these birds,
Mm-hmm.
and be able to process those into like comforters and pillows, things like that. But this down is supposed to be even more warm and soothing than like goose down. So
Really?
and yeah, and what I was looking it up, and these are like queen size comforters are like $10,000 type of.
Oh shit.
Yeah, I was like, hell yeah, I'm gonna have one someday, just because.
Well, let me ask you this, and I don't know if you can answer this question because you were in the Navy, but would these comforters beat a Wooby?
Honestly, I would have to say I don't fully know, because we didn't have woobies in the Navy. We had steel wool blankets.
Well, that's why
Literally steel wool blankets. Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
that's why I said it like that, dude. I was just messing with you because I knew the Navy, doesn't know about the Wooby. I mean, the
Yeah, I was gonna
dude and I
say
know
whoopie.
about the
A
Wooby.
whoopie? What the hell's a whoopie?
Oh, dude,
Uh,
I'm telling you. Oh, I
And
love
the
it.
literal
Hey,
term is poncho liner, but whoopee, hell yeah. You can't beat a whoopee.
no, and check this out. Check this out. Before I left on my trip, I went to my storage unit yesterday, and I took out my ham radio gear because I'm not playing radio while I'm up there or anything. And I made sure to take everything that I normally take, like freaking recovery gear, my first aid kit, my Wooby. It's it's when I go on a trip, my Wooby and my Bible are the two main things that go
Always
with
go
me
with
on
you.
a trip. Everything else be damned. But I'm not leaving the Wooby. I'll wait my coffee pot too, because I brought my camp pot. I've got water in the Jeep and I've got instant coffee. So
You all set?
I can have my coffee, I can sleep and be warm and comfortable, and I always have my Bible. Hey, what
Yeah.
else do I need, man?
So,
Yeah.
but another product they showed on why is it so expensive is Japanese calligraphy ink. And this stuff is actually what it is they actually uh, have it's a soot room is what it is, and they have little vegetable oil lamps that they light, and then on top of the lamp they set a bowl that collects all the soot that's burnt off, and then they go through, and it's like several times a day they grab each one of the bowls and scoop the soot out, and put it back, and so they're all constantly running around on this circuit of collecting all this soot. Then they take the soot, they combine it with some oils, animal fat, and a couple other things, to turn it into a glue or turn it into this into the ink sticks, but because the ink is just these little squares. But what they do is they actually have to step on it and knead it into the right consistency, and then they'll go through, they measure it out, they chop it up, and they turn them into the sticks, and then it has to air dry for like years.
Really?
And then
Yeah,
when,
I saw
and
that show.
because they have, yeah, because they can't let it dry too fast or it cracks. So they have to really very slowly and methodically air dry these things, and they take years.
Wow.
And people will pay thousands of dollars for a premium stick of calligraphy. Professional Japanese calligraphers, yeah, they are. I mean, they're fucking serious about their art.
Wow. I mean, okay, I get it, but spending thousands of dollars on an ink stick, or
Yeah.
you know, that's crazy.
Hell,
I was-
So what's the difference between a Jeep and a Jaguar or a Ferrari? Okay,
one's
so
better construction. The other two go kind of faster.
okay, so what's the average cost of a Jeep? My Jeep cost me, with the model that I have that had all the bells and whistles, I bought it used
50.
for $50,000. Okay.
okay.
Yay me! Ding 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 ding. The price is right. All right.
Yeah. What's a Porsche running?
I don't know, but goddamn, there's a lot of them running around these days. So I think the price has dropped. I think they're starting to sell them to Walmart.
Okay,
That and Alfa Romeros.
Which model though, dude?
Well, okay, for the sake of argument, a Porsche, $100,000.
Porsche Cayenne, yeah. Well,
yeah, okay.
now, Porsche Cayennes are I think probably about 60 to 70,000
now.
Okay.
Let me look.
Okay.
79.2
running.
Okay, so 80,000. So they're
Yeah.
the same. The Cayennes are the same prices as Jeep Wagoneers.
Right. Now Ferrari, you're looking at 250 minimum.
Yeah.
Minimum 250, but before add-ons.
Right.
And Jaguar, hang on. Let me
Jaguar's about 60 to 80 also.
Yeah, see. See. Jaguar F-Pace, that's a luxury car. Let's see. 57. You can get a Jaguar for 57,000.
Wow.
Yeah.
For what, J-Class?
No, it's F-Pace. It's an SUV. I don't think they make see, hang on, there's a Jaguar XF. I think that looks more like that's better. You can get that for 49,800. 50,000. So yeah, apparently Jaguars are kind of cheap.
Yeah, but okay, out of all four of those vehicles, ranging from 50,000 to 250,000, yes, three of those vehicles on the line will smoke my Jeep, without a doubt. They go from 0 to 60 in seconds. Jeeps go to from 0 to 60, maybe.
Depending on the year.
Okay, so it's 0 to 60. That's a maybe. Now, can any of these cars follow me where I want to go? No.
Well, no.
It's all about your perspective and what do you want to pay for your perspective.
That's right. That's right.
You know, would I ever own myself and I, would I ever own a sports car? Hell no. I have tried at 6 feet 1 inch getting into a Corvette. Ain't freaking happening. That was the most uncomfortable being in the cockpit of these newer Corvettes. with the seat
They
all the way
look pretty,
back.
but
Oh,
they look
it's
oh
yeah, they look pretty, but it's not
they
comfortable
look
for a
nice.
tall person to frickin' drive.
Right. Well, hell,
Yeah.
I I can't bend like that anymore. So, you know, I
Yeah,
would have
no
to fold
kidding.
myself into a pretzel.
Yeah, when you're trying to get out, and when you're trying to get out, you have to roll out.
Yeah, I would like
Oh,
to
that's
see Ron after he said all that, and then all of a sudden have a big booby blonde come along and say, "Hey, why don't you drive my Porsche for me?"
Now, I will tell you, one of the funnest rides that I was ever in was on a Porsche 911 dual supercharged engine
oh shit.
going going down the Audubon.
Oh my God.
And
That
it was one of the salespersons that I had sold the car and bought another one that I was getting ready to come back from Germany. And I bought the car in Germany. It was currently being manufactured in Canada to be delivered to me in Texas. So you figure that one out. Anyway, when I sold the car that I traded in, we didn't have a car for me to get back up to Baumholder. So getting on the Audubon with that Porsche 911 dual supercharger or turbocharger, yeah,
that was
200 and
nice.
210 mile an hour going down the Audubon.
Wow.
That
Mm, mm.
was a fucking rush. Man,
That'll
that was
make your pecker hard.
that you talk about yeah, that motherfucker was hard as a rock. That
I
was
don't
that was an experience that I got to do once and will never be able to do again.
right, right.
Yeah. Just like
That,
jumping out of an airplane that a C-47 that was actually used in one of the jumps in World War II.
oh, that would be cool.
Yeah. That was a lot of fun to jump
Oh, I
out
bet.
of that they used in, I think it was the Salerno drop, but I'm not exactly sure. It wasn't the Sicily drop. I think it was
Uh-huh.
a Salerno drop that plane specifically dropped paratroopers on in World War II.
Okay. That would be cool.
That was a rush.
Oh, I was at the VA the other day and uh got to talk to a Vietnam vet. He was with the 7th Cav, the Air Cav, and
Uh-huh.
he was in 67, 68, and he was it was actually really, really cool to get to talk to him. He was a really nice guy. He told me a little bit about the tunnel system that they had in Vietnam and everything like that, and that he saw there's this I think this was during Khe Sanh that he was actually, Ron, he was a he was your kindred spirit because he was also a forward observer, he told me.
Oh
And
yeah.
yeah, yeah, he said there's this one valley uh they could look at, and he's like their tunnel system was so elaborate that in his valley they had a tunnel system come out, and he said it looked like just bees coming out, and there were so many of them, and they had called for airstrikes and everything like that. I mean, it was. I mean, honestly, I was in awe. I was just like, damn.
Yeah.
Because I mean, most Vietnam vets won't talk a lot about what happened over there, but
Nope.
and I mean, this guy didn't, you know, go into details or anything like major details, or in-depth details, but I mean, it was just cool just to sit there and talk with him for a few minutes and listen to him and everything. But yeah, he said he was there during the 68 Tet Offensive, Quezon, uh, and a few of the other skirmishes during those times. So yeah,
Yeah.
that just popped into my head. I just had to throw that in there.
Well, hopefully we remember this. I got a story for you concerning a specific Vietnam veteran on our next podcast. Um, it'll almost bring tears to your eyes just to listen to the story. And it brings tears to my eyes every time because my involvement with the soldier. So
Okay, well,
hopefully
I'm
we
gonna make a note in Google Drive, Brian.
Yep. Ron's Vietnam vet friend.
Yep.
Yep. I'm yeah, I'm gonna make a note in the Google Drive so we see it for next week
All right.
as soon as
Yep.
it loads.
Yep. Vietnam vet, and then
Yeah.
next to it put CAO, Casualty
Right.
Assistance Officer.
All right. Well, while you're putting that in, I want to go ahead and say, hey guys, thank y'all very much for actually listening, taking the time and hearing the whole show. We are a podcasting 2.0 compliance show, which means we operate off of time, talent, treasure. If you've got time, you want to be able to help some in some way, we'd love to be able to take that offer and see where we can apply it. If you are a I don't know, a graphics designer and you want to be able to make a show art or make chapter art, would love to have you doing that, being able to help us in that department. And then we also have the need for the treasure. If you if you feel like we have provided any type of value to you, please, you send us a value in any way possible. You do go to twogrumpyvets.com and you'll see value for value there. You can actually send us fiat currency, little green certificates of appreciation, if you will, and you can send it to us that way. That goes to a PayPal, or if you like, and you have a podcasting 2.0 compliant podcast listening app, you can also send us Satoshis, and with those Satoshis, you can actually send us a boostergram. And when we start receiving boostergrams, we'll start actually mentioning those folks on the show at the here around about this time here at the end. We or if you want, you can also go through and decide, you know what, every minute that you listen to, send 5 Satoshis, and you can stream the Satoshis. You can boost to us. There's many different ways you can send Satoshis over to us. Great different ways. So great different things are coming about. We've got many of the different podcasting 2.0 features implemented, and we're going to be implementing even more as we go. So guys, with that, I want to say thank you very much. If you liked this show, you liked anything that was mentioned in there, you think that you know somebody who would love to listen to this show, share this show with them. And if you liked it, then please, by all means, on your podcasting app of choice, there is a subscribe button. There's a follow button. Subscribe and or follow. Hit that button and go ahead and subscribe. You'll get this downloaded to you every Sunday night, Monday morning. It will arrive and be ready for you to listen to on your way to work and on your way back for a couple days. So guys, I want to say thank y'all very much for listening. We are incredibly blessed that we're able to do this. We're getting our live thing figured out. We now know that if our main live guy is out and about and all around and is away from his house, is probably going to have to wait to not do a live. We'll just have to do a recorded show and just call it good. So we're going to keep trying to get that figured out so that we can actually go live. Because again, podcasting 2.0 stuff actually notifies you when we go live on air, and you can actually listen to the show as it's being recorded. And you'll hear other things that might end up getting cut out from time to time, like everything that we talked about before the 7:30 mark, where we did our 10 seconds of silence, and that's where everything before that's going to get cut off and is done away with, so that the recorded listener doesn't get to hear all the extra little diddly squats that we were talking about before then. So guys, thank you again for listening. Gals, also, I don't mean to shove you away on that, but thank y'all for so much for listening. We are growing. Our stats are showing up to the right, and that is amazing. And we couldn't do that without you. So guys, I want to say thank you very much. Rich, do you have any last words for the audience?
Yeah, basically just about what you were saying. I just want to say thank you for all the listens we've gotten. And as Brian said, follow us, subscribe, like our show, share it out with people if you found value in it, or think it's funny, or if you don't like us, tell other people about it, let them listen and all like that.
See how much of an
yeah,
asshole we really are. Can't believe these dumbasses are on here. You got to listen to this. It's right on. Tell them to listen.
There you go. And reach out to us. Let us know you're listening, or if you want to hear a topic, send an email to Brian at circlecast@gmail.com, or send one to me at rchelson@gmail.com. And yeah, we will answer them. And if you want to talk to the dude, send me or Brian the emails, and we will make sure dude gets them and everything like this. Because dude loves to hide in the shadows and everything. So that's about all I got. Thank you all for listening, and we love doing this. If you love us, hey, just say hey, or drop us an email or a like, or share it with your friends.
Absolutely. So, and dude, what do you got as parting words?
Parting words, as always. If you have a friend that is any type of a military veteran that is going through a hard time and they need you to listen, please listen to them, because I myself, having PTSD from being in a combat zone, yes, I have my own demons, but they're right now, it is 22 a day, which is roughly 22 veterans a day commit suicide, and that is 22 too many. So listen, check in with your vets. And I would also add, first responders, trust me, their job is also very, very difficult. Give a handshake to a first responder, police officer, firefighter, ambulance, what have you, and tell them, hey, you're doing a good job, because they don't hear it enough. And that is my parting words for this week.
All right. Well, then, guys, again, thank y'all so much for listening. We are highly, greatly, and tremendously appreciative of the listens, and the new folks that come along. Again, subscribe, follow, when and as you can, and we will see y'all next Thursday. May not be. We probably won't be live, but still, well, who knows? We're going to be playing it by ear. So anyhow,
we might be, and I will be in a new position next year, and so I'll probably drop my background and let y'all see where I'm at.
Sit there. On our luck, we're going to have some drunk biker chick walk by with no top on. So
I can't confirm or deny that is or isn't going to happen.
Watch us get kicked off of Twitch.
Hey,
It's not even my fault. I didn't know she was walking around there.
exactly. But no, I don't know. We'll see. We'll see what happens with everything. But
So, all right. Well, guys, y'all take care. And Rich, dude, y'all have yourselves a good rest of the night. And we will see y'all
You too,
next
Brian.
Thursday. Till
all
then,
right,
All right.
guys,
bye.
Y'all be safe out there.
See y'all.
be safe, guys. See ya.
Bye.
All right.
Out.
Bye.
Bye.